let's look at day number 4. This is for the virtual day assignment on April 21st, which will be due on April the 28th. That's 1 week. Day number 4, you have a choice of 4 different this I believes to read and to respond to. This I believe this is a thing that's been kind of rolling around and some different formats for a while, written and audio and various different platforms and organizations have run these and archived these. But the idea behind this, I believe, is a person giving a statement of something they believe in and what that means to them. They express this thing that really is like a guiding thing in their life, or something that a rule that they live by, or something that really is kind of like their personal commitment, right? So we have 4 to choose from. The first one from Ms. Jankowski is seeing beyond our differences. Our DNA is 99% alike. More unites us than divides us. And I think that's really interesting in a time like this and the political landscape that we live in today. Everything seems so polarized, so opposite, so adversarial. Yet we're basically all the same. And, this I believe kind of starts to talk a little bit about that. Option number 2 from Ms. Shipley, the triumph of kindness. A 17-year-old talks about how his baseball team showed kindness to his disabled brother. And it's this kind of fun, uplifting little story about what happens when you just kind of reach out to somebody else. Option number 3 from me is give me a waffle. And I wanted to find something a little different, something a little off the wall for you a little bit. When life is hard and times are tough, it's just little simple things that can bring you up, like having a waffle. And number 4, option number 4 from Miss Zeli is the power of a hello. And the author, Howard White, explains how the act of acknowledging each other human is being important. And again, I think this is kind of important today, in this kind of shelter in place and being quarantined and staying away from each other, how reaching out to each other with just a simple word can kind of really be important. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one of these 4 pieces to read. They're all about the same length. Feel free to read a couple of them to see which one you really want to deal with. And then you'll click on this link here and it will bring up this form. And the question for today is, in a work of nonfiction, the argument that the author is making is the main point. What is the main point that the author wants the reader to take away from this? Use examples from the text to prove your position. So in other words, what's the big idea? What's the main thing they're trying to express to us? What do they want us to take away from this? What's the lesson, the moral, the big important message to take? And that's what we want you to do. We want you to identify. Again, using that race format, explain what that big message is, and then pull some examples from the text to really prove what you're talking about. Now, over here, you're going to see this, click here to learn about today's standards. And what that's going to do is that's going to pull up this document right here. And this document will show you about what the standard for the day is, and gives you some ideas about how to really understand what we're looking for, to give you a little bit of better understanding of what's being asked from you. So walks you through the process of finding the theme, identifying the theme. It gives you some sample answers, and then it also gives you some a rubric of how it will be graded. So anyway, what I want you to do is start by picking one of these, clicking on that link, and to get you some additional support, click on that one where it says RL 2.2 so you know what you're expected to do.